Hello and welcome to the Philip K. Dick's Files podcast. This is the first part in a multi-part video essay series called Blade Runner, Science Fiction or Prophecy. My name is Wes. I'm a comic artist and illustrator who has been deeply inspired by the work of Philip K. Dick, and I'm in the process of creating a series of comics based on the public domain short stories of Philip K. Dick. The first 8 pages of the comic are in the link below, and this video series is an accompaniment to the comic books themselves. In this series, we'll be starting with Blade Runner, and we will be going into the other films and the books of Philip K. Dick. We'll be diving deep into the themes, ideas, and inspiration behind his work. So I hope you enjoy this. So in order to understand the ideas and themes behind Blade Runner, we need to first get to know Philip K. Dick, the author of Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? Philip K. Dick was a science fiction author who lived during the Cultural Revolution in America. He wrote 44 novels and 121 short stories. Unlike his contemporaries, his view on technology was very dystopian, and his themes usually involved delusional paranoia, tyrannical corporations, authoritarian governments, and artificial intelligence, and what it is that it means to be a human. While he was not as prolific as some of his contemporaries, he is considered to be more relevant than people like Isaac Asimov, who had a more utopian view on technology. His stories have been adapted into movies such as Minority Report, Total Recall, A Scanner Darkly, and of course, Blade Runner. So to understand Philip K. Dick, we need to get acquainted with a specific moment that had a huge impact on him. This is called the 2374 incident. This was a series of mystical experiences that Philip K. Dick experienced from February to March of 1974. According to Philip K. Dick, he had just had a wisdom tooth removed and was at home waiting for a delivery person to show up with pain medicine. He was in a great deal of pain, and when the delivery driver arrived, Philip K. Dick opened the door and was greeted by a woman wearing a Christ fish pendant at his door. Upon opening the door, Philip K. Dick was struck by a reflection of light hitting the fish pendant, and he claimed that he suddenly had a vision that transported him and her back into Roman times. They were secret Christians communicating with one another under Roman's rule. Now, regardless if you are a religious person or not, if you want to understand Philip K. Dick's work, you have to understand that his work is pretty much broken down into 2 categories: those that came before this incident and those that came after. The work that came after his visions took on a very prophetic tone. The full story I have actually included in the link description below. Crumb, the comic book artist, he actually did an illustrated story of what it is that Philip K. Dick claims to have happened, and so it's worth checking out in the link below. So after this mystical experience that Philip K. Dick had, he began to keep a series of journals which have now been published as the Exgesis of Philip K. Dick. And these were a series of journals where Philip K. Dick tried his best to dig through the spiritual literature of the Bible, Hindu philosophy, Buddhism, as well as modern scientific advancement and understanding quantum mechanics, things along these lines, in order to understand exactly what it is that happened to him. The full journals are around 9,000 pages long, and what has been published is only about 1,000 pages long. I'm going to be using this Exgesis book as a reference point and to draw from as I'm going through doing the analysis. So I think we're going to find some really interesting concepts and ideas that carry over not only between his work from one novel to the next, but also will go deeper into world literature, the Bible, Hindu philosophy, things along those lines. The other book that I'll be using as a reference point is The Anatomy of Story by John Truby. John Truby is a famous Hollywood screenwriter. He has multi-Emmy award-winning screenwriters under his apprenticeship. And as I'm a comic book artist and I'm putting together my own stories, I'm taking the story structure it is that John Truby provides, and I'm breaking down the films into the 11 different elements that John Truby says a successful story takes place with. So who am I? My name is Wesley Edwards. I'm a freelance illustrator and comic book artist, and I'm producing a series of short comics based off of early Philip K. Dick short stories that are now in public domain. I'm really eager to show off these comics that I'm working on. The first comic has been completed, and I currently have a Indiegogo pre-launch campaign page that you can check out in the description. And along with that, you can also get the first 8 pages of the comic The Hanging Stranger by Philip K. Dick. You can get that for free in the description below. And I'll be posting more news and showing more process of my comic here, both on this channel as well as in this series of videos. I also want to make sure to give a shout out to my brother Tommy Swanson, who was nice enough to do the music for the introduction to this podcast. You can find his music as well as his illustration art in the description below, along with the Crumb comic, my 8-page comic, and the Exgesis book as well. All of those links are in the description below. So please like and subscribe. I'll be posting these every Saturday, and we will be going through Blade Runner first, and then we'll be going on to the other films. I hope that you join along, and I hope you enjoy my analysis. Thank you for watching.